This article presents lists of the literary events and publications in 1995. Events: January 12 – Premiere of the completed version of Sarah Cann's Blasted at the Royal Court Theatre upstairs in London provokes outrage. February 28 – The Diary of Bridget Jones column first published in the Independent newspaper. March 1 – The Dylan Thomas Centre in Swansea is opened by Jimmy Carter. April 23 – World Book Day first celebrated. July 16 – Amazon.com, incorporated a year earlier by Jeff Bezos in Washington as an online bookstore, sells its first book. Douglas Hofstadter's Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies, Computer Models of the Fundamental Mechanisms of Thought. December 13 – Release of the film of Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility with an Academy Award-winning screenplay by Emma Thompson. Simon and Amp Schuster pay US $4.2 million for the hardcover publishing rights to The Christmas Box by Richard Paul Evans after the self-published book appears on the New York Times bestseller list. Fjelland in Norway becomes a book town. New books. Fiction: Ben Aronovich, The Also People, Louisa May Alcott, A Long Fatal Love Chase. Roger McBride, Allen Ambush at Corellia, Assault at Salonia, Showdown at Centerpoint. Julia Alvarez, In the Time of the Butterflies. Martin Amos, The Information. Kevin J. Anderson, Dark Saber. Ian Banks, Wit. Pat Barker, The Ghost's Road. Daniel Blythe, Infinite Requiem. Christopher Bulies, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Edgar Rice Burroughs and Joe R. Lansdale, Tarzan, The Lost Adventure. T.C. Boyle, The Tortilla Curtain. Albert Camus, The First Man. Andrew Cartmel, Warlock. Mary Higgins Clark, Silent Night. Michael Connelly, The Last Coyote. Paul Cornell, Human Nature. Bernard Cornwell Sharp's Battle Flag. The Winter King. Douglas Copeland, Microsurfs. Robert Craze, Voodoo River. Michael Crichton, The Lost World. Morris G. Dantec, Les Racines du Mal. Martin Day, The Menagerie. L. Sprague de Camp and Christopher Stashef, The Exotic Enchanter. Samuel Delany, Hogg. Terence Dix, Shakedown, Return of the Sontarans. Umberto Eco, The Island of the Day Before. Nicholas Evans, The Horse Whisperer. Timothy Findley, The Piano Man's Daughter. Richard Ford, Independence Day. John Foss, Melancholy. Carlos Fuentes, The Crystal Frontier. John Gardner, Goldeneye. John Grisham, The Rainmaker. Barbara Hambly, Children of the Jedi. Craig Hinton, Millennial Rights. Nick Hornby, High Fidelity. Robert Hughes, Gooflumps. Kazuo Ishiguro, The Unconsoled. Elfrida Jelinek, The Children of the Dead. Wellen Wilton Katz, Out of the Dark. Stephen King, Rose Madder. Joe R. Lansdale, The Two-Bear Mambo. John le Carré, Our Game. Andy Lane, The Empire of Glass, Original Sin. Paul Leonard, Dancing the Code, Toy Soldiers. Jonathan Lethem, Amnesia Moon. Barry Letts, The Ghosts of Ent Space. Robert Ludlum, The Apocalypse Watch. Steve Lyons, Head Games, Time of Your Life. Frank McCourt, Angela's Ashes. Val McDermid, The Mermaid's Singing. David A. McEntee, Lords of the Storm Sanctuary. Henning Mankell, Chronicler of the Winds. Stephen Marley, Managra. Zax MDA, Ways of Dying. James A. Michener, Miracle in Seville. Rowington Mystery, A Fine Balance. Mary McGarry Morris, Songs in Ordinary Time. Phil O'Brien, Memories of the Irish-Israeli War. Kate Orman, Set Piece. Leslie and Les Parrott, Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts. Terry Pratchett, Masquerade. Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child, Relic and Mount Dragon. Jean Raspail, Lano du Pecker. Justin Richards, System Shock. Gareth Roberts, The Romance of Crime's Jill Robinson, Eggplant Wife. Philip Roth, Sabbath's Theatre. Salman Rushdie, The Moor's Last Sigh. Gary Russell, Invasion of the Cat People. Jose Saramago, Blindness. W. G. Sebald, Die Ringe des Satin. Ina English, A Wolfart. Sidney Sheldon, Morning, Noon, and Damp, Night. Danielle Steele, 5 Days in Paris. Neil Stevenson, The Diamond Age, or A Young Lady's Illustrated Primar. James B. Stewart, Blood Sport. Dave Stone, Sky Pirates. Jim Turner, editor, Cthulhu 2000, a Lovecraftian anthology. Andrew Vax, Footsteps of the Hawk. Robert James Waller, Puerto Vallarta Squeeze. Dave Wolverton, The Courtship of Princess Leia. Children and Young People. Elizabeth Arnold, The Parsley Parcel. Joe R. Lansdale, Tarzan. The Lost Adventure. Alison Prince, The Sherwood Hero. Philip Pullman, Northern Lights. Diana Pullen Thompson, I Wanted a Pony. Josephine Pullen Thompson, Six Ponies. Jacqueline Wilson, Double Act. Mario Vargas Llosa, The Milestones and Stories of Greatest Literary Works. Drama. Jez Butterworth, Mojo. Margaret Edson, Wit. Horton Foote, The Young Man from Atlanta. John Foss, The Name. Sarah Kane, Blasted. Terence McNally, Masterclass. Yasmina Reza, The Unexpected Man. Tom Stoppard, Indian Ink. Poetry. Mark Doty, Atlantis. Poems, nonfiction. Jean Baudrillard, The Gulf War Did Not Take Place. John G. Bennett, The Masters of Wisdom. George G. Blackburn, The Guns of Normandy. Wayne C. Booth, Gregory G. Colomb, and Joseph M. Williams, The Craft of Research. Pascal Bruckner, The Temptation of Innocence. L. Sprague de Camp, The Ape-Man Within. Paul Davies, About Time. Robin Dunbar, The Trouble with Science. Mark Epstein, Thoughts Without a Thinker, Psychotherapy from a Buddhist Perspective. Bill Gates, The Road Ahead. Doris Kearns Goodwin, No Ordinary Time. Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt, The Homefront in World War II. Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Leonard Nimoy, I Am Spock. Man Ray and Andre Breton, Man Ray, 1890–1976. Condoleezza Rice and Philip Zelikow, Germany Unified and Europe Transformed, A Study in Statecraft. Oliver Sacks, An Anthropologist on Mars. Simon Sharma, Landscape and Memory. Sterling Seagrave, Lords of the Rim. Miranda Seymour, Robert Graves, Life on the Edge. Howard Stern, Miss America. Tim Cornell, The Beginnings of Rome, Italy and Rome from the Bronze Age to the Punic Wars. Bernard Bahari Verma, Tapasavai Ganga Maithili, Biography. Ibn Warraq, Why I Am Not a Muslim. Deaths. January 9, Peter Cook, English writer, comedian and satirist. January 30, Gerald Durrell, English nature writer and naturalist. January 31, George Abbott, American writer, director and producer. February 4, Patricia Highsmith, American crime novelist. February 6, Xie Yan, Chinese playwright and screenwriter. February 21, Robert Bolt, English dramatist. Calder Willingham, American writer. February 23, James Herriot, English veterinary novelist. April 14, Brian Coffey, Irish poet. June 14, Roger Zelazny, American fantasy and science fiction writer. June 25, Qiyu Miaojin, Taiwanese Chinese novelist. July 16, May Sarton, Belgian-born American poet, novelist and memoirist. Stephen Spender, English poet. August 3, Edward Whittemore, American novelist. August 19, Pierre Schaeffer, French composer and writer. August 29, Michael Ender, German fantasy novelist. October 13, Henry Roth, Austrian-born American novelist and short story writer. October 22, Kingsley Amis, English novelist. November 10, Ken Saro Wiwa, Nigerian writer. November 13, Mary Elizabeth Councilman, American author and poet. November 16, Robert H. Adelman, American novelist and historian. November 17, Marguerite Young, American novelist, poet and biographer. November 22, Margaret St. Clair, American science fiction writer. December 2, Robertson Davies, Canadian novelist. December 9, Tony Cade Bambara, American writer. December 30, Heine Müller, German dramatist. Awards: Nobel Prize for Literature, Seamus Heaney. Camões Prize, José Saramago. Australia, the Australian Vogel Literary Award. Richard King, Kindling Does for Firewood. C.J. Dennis Prize for Poetry. Bruce Beaver, Anima and Other Poems. Kenneth Slessor Prize for Poetry. Peter Boyle, Coming Home from the World. Mary Gilmore Prize. Aileen Kelly, Coming Up for Light. Miles Franklin Award. Helen Demidenko, The Hand That Signed the Paper. Canada Bronwyn Wallace Memorial Award. Giller Prize for Canadian Fiction. Rowington Mystery, A Fine Balance. See 1995 Governor-General's Awards for a complete list of winners and finalists for those awards. Edna Stabler Award for Creative Nonfiction. Denise Chong, The Concubines' Children. France Prix Goncourt, André Mekina, Le Testament Français. Prix des Combats, Jean Echenoz, Les Grandes Blondes. Prix Médicis French, Vassilis Alexarchus, La Langue Maternelle and André Mekina, Le Testament Français. Prix Médicis International, Alessandro Barrico, Château de la Cola. United Kingdom Booker Prize, Pat Barker, The Ghost Road. Carnegie Medal for Children's Literature, Philip Pullman, Northern Lights. James Tate Black Memorial Prize for Fiction, Christopher Priest, The Prestige. James Tate Black Memorial Prize for Biography, Gitta Sereni, Albert Speer, His Battle with the Truth. Chumley Award, U.A. Fanthorpe, Christopher Reed, C. H. Sisson, Kit Wright. Eric Gregory Award, Colette Bryce, Sophie Hannah, Tobias Hill, Mark Wormold. Newdigate Prize, Anthony Dunn. Whitbread Book of the Year Award, Kate Atkinson, Behind the Scenes at the Museum. United States Agnes Lynch Starrett Poetry Prize, Sandy Solomon, Pears, Lake, Sun. Aiken Taylor Award for Modern American Poetry, Maxine Kuhlman. American Academy of Arts and Letters Gold Medal for Fiction, William Maxwell. Carnegie Medal, Philip Pullman, Northern Lights. Compton Crook Award, Dorana Duggan, Dun Ladies Jess. Hugo Award, Lois McMaster Bejeweled, Mirror Dance. Nebula Award, Robert Sawyer, The Terminal Experiment. Newbery Medal for Children's Literature, Sharon Creech, Walk 2 Moons. Pulitzer Prize for Drama, Horton Foote, The Young Man from Atlanta. Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, Carol Shields, The Stone Diaries. Pulitzer Prize for Poetry, Philip Levine, The Simple Truth. Wallace Stevens Award, James Tate Whiting Awards. Fiction, Michael Cunningham, Reginald McKnight, Matthew Stadler, Melanie Sumner. Non-fiction, Andre Ackerman, Lucy Greeley, Susanna Lessard, Russ Reimer. Poetry, James L. McMichael, Mary Rufler. Elsewhere, New Zealand Book Award for Poetry, Michelle Leggett, Dear. Montana Book Award for Poetry, Michael Jackson, Pieces of Music. Premio Nadal, Ignacio Carrion Hernandez, Cruza El Danubio.